Okay, let's take a peek at SPX, the monthly chart. Let's look at what we've been watching overall. We've been talking about this 42.60 for a little bit as a really strong level of support, thinking it would take us a while to get here. And man, did we flush from 55.64 all the way down here to that 51 area, right? So really big push, really fast and hard the last couple weeks, really. I mean, this is just the beginning of August, so the last for this month 10 days. So I threw up a new trend line here. Once we get a couple touches, we can throw up a trend line and see what happens from there. So that trend line right now, we know where our low was. Our low was about that 120, I think, 51.20. So we'll be watching to see if we can continue to hold this and maybe even continue to push on up. We did pop right back up above that 52.60 support. So if we push back down again, that's another area we'll be keeping in mind moving forward. Looking on the weekly chart, we've been having these push downs, the three black crows, just like Heather's been talking about. We got a beautiful push for continuation on down, but we did pop. Here we go, right back up here. So moving into next week, I'm going to be watching that 54.60 area. That's going to be next week's tap on the trend line to see if we hold under it or we push above. And then overall on our daily chart, you can look past through here. We've got one touch here. We pulled up into what looks like a bear flag, and then we opened down, right? We broke below. Again, same thing, bear flag right up to the trend line. What happened? We broke below. So we're in the same pattern right now where we could just be heading on up to that trend line before we break lower. But let's see, because we could also be in a reversal and be heading up. So that 54.60 on the weekly is that area we're keeping in mind. This is about the same, that 54.60.66. Somewhere in there is going to be that daily trend line up here to keep in mind to see if we break and get more to the upside, or if we tap that trend line like we have before and tumble lower. So just keep that in mind. As far as if we break below 52.85 is where our lower trend line sits for right now. So I'm going to be watching these two levels to see which way we break moving into next week.